The Penguins did a good job of blocking the lanes and not really getting them an opportunity to get a good shot off, a clean shot on Peter Skudra.
Jim Taylor to the right side. Quick shot from the right side by Ferraro. Goes over the shoulder of Skudra, and the Bruins take a 1-0 lead. Play over to Dallas. Quick shot off the post as it run to the left. The Dallas rebound in front. Kovalev. Work it over to the near corner. The Penguins back after it. Can they get it? They can't. Hines to the left point to Dave Ellett. Ellett left side, a hard blast. Where is it? A blocked in front. Goes right up in the air and in the net. It jumped over the body of Skudra. In the net it went. Hines. They're going to check here. I think what they're going to argue about whether or not the puck was hit by a stick above the goal, the crossbar. And that may be true. I don't know if the goal is going to count here. I think it's going to be waved off.
I saw Gregson wave it off.
I think he did.
I didn't see him actually pointing into the back of the net there.
He's talking to Scampanello, the referee, but I think he's waved it off here for the stick being above the crossbar when it hit his stick.
The question is, did it touch his stick, though? It looks like it just went right up over Skudra's head and into the net without him actually making contact with it. He did get the stick in the air. It looked like he missed the puck. It's a goal.
Bruins, after being picked up on waivers by the Bruins from the Penguins. The Penguins returned the favor and got him right back on waivers. Here's Kovalev. What a goal! What a move! That lucky skill. So Demaio takes a really. And he got his arms up a little bit. That might have been a high stick, actually. He's higher than I thought he was.
The stick was in the right hand. The left arm kind of came up, and he nailed him with it. No, he did have the stick. I beg your pardon, Mike. You were right. I agree. I think that should have been a penalty.
I do too. I didn't think originally on the hit. Demaio, the retaliation call as he hits Kasparaitis. And Robbie, I think he had a good beef there, at least to get an even call. Or one of those is against the Boston Bruins. Jaromir Jagr has a couple of hat tricks against Boston. Penalty coming up here. Barnes has hauled off his skates, and a penalty will be issued here against the Bruins. Hal Gill. And now they all come banging into one another. Kessa, the Penguin. Then we do Orinka's down.
I think it was Kessa who came over and hit Gill after he had dumped Barnes, and then Bork came in, I believe, to take a piece of Kessa. Listen to the whistle. He hit him right after the whistle.
Robert Lang on to Guillermo Tito.
He didn't work that play very well.
Pushed by the Penguins. Well, the Bruins hit the Penguins in. Kovalev crushed by Demaio as he went down heavily in the boards. I thought that was going to be an icy block against the Bruins.
Shaking up on the play too, Mike. Getting up slowly. He really got blasted. I was trying to remember if Kovalev was wearing a visor earlier this year. I know he's wearing a different helmet than he was wearing. And I just can't remember if he was wearing a visor when he first came to the Penguins or not. But here, he goes in to get the puck, has his head down, and Demaio just crushes it.
I want to see if this is an icing call.
Man, that's exactly what you don't want to see in this league. And it's just guys showing absolutely no respect. Demaio obviously is a guy who's going to play it tough, but that's just going over the line there.
There's no way a Penguin had an angle to play the puck. Kovalev comes over. Why isn't it icing? Why isn't it? And that's what Kovalev thought it was. Here, Staggy, it appears that the go-ahead goal may very well be a power play goal, one way or the other.
Well, he kind of threw the arm back into the face of Taylor, who was trailing him on the play. He certainly knew he was there. And he kind of just wasn't as much an elbow as it was an arm into the face of Taylor.
Drilled hard to the Penguins in. Demaio after with 22 seconds to go. Kasparaitis got a piece of him. He's set up line. Demaio looks back. The puck moved off the boards and up ice. Now Kasparaitis and Demaio collide again. That's center ice. Hines coming after Kasparaitis. Kasparaitis has the Bruins thinking about his number 11. Penalty is expired. Cantor is back on for the Penguins. Hines cruising over. Hampering Kasparaitis rattles in on a heavy hit. And now Hines hits him from behind. There'll be a penalty against Hines. He's left draw that penalty to Kasparaitis. And Hines knows it. Hines is headed off. The whole game may turn here on this one shift. by Darius Kasparaitis.
And don't forget, the other guy whose number is being remembered is Rob Demaio. Now Thornton gets involved in the middle. And everything gets stirred up here. Kasparaitis with a glove to the face of Thornton. Thornton's kind of lost it here. He should get a penalty too.
Demaio came by looking for Kasparaitis, ran into him.
I think they should get an extra penalty here. We'll see if Gregson does that, because at that point, they've got to control themselves. They're already shorthanded, and they've taken another liberty here. Thornton, the guy doing it. And it'll be interesting to see if Gregson makes them pay for that, too.
And Gregson being, and I hate to use this word, an old-time referee.
Yeah.
It's going to be one penalty.
I think you're right. You never know here. And I would guess it. It's exactly the perfect description. It's kind of old-time hockey when he's out there.
Kasparaitis is coming over too.
There's the penalty right there. That's the one that got the arm to go up. Okay, there was no other penalty going to be called at that point. This is what started the whole thing when Kasparaitis came over and nailed Demaio from behind, a similar hit to the one that Kovalev took from Demaio earlier. So Kasparaitis was definitely looking for Demaio's number. His good buddy Alexei Kovalev in the locker room. And the agitating and the battle continued, and then Kasparaitis threw a little shot into Hines as he got up.
Number 19, Rob Demaio. Pittsburgh penalty number 11, Darius Kasparaitis. 2 minutes each for roughing.
What am I going to do here? Well, let's see. I'll put Kasparaitis into Demaio, and then we'll make him still shorthanded. That's the way we'll work it.
Kasparaitis has always provided us with great entertainment from the penalty box. Pat Burns loves the rough stuff, so don't be surprised if this game was to tilt either way, if things get a little uglier before the game is over.
Face off. Taylor won the draw. Goes behind the net. B.J. Axelson's going to come back with 45 to go.
Smashes his stick on the wall.
Hatcher just ran over one of the Bruins, and now Taylor comes after Hatcher, and Axelson colliding, and now stepping in is Hal Gill against Kevin Hatcher. There's some short tempers here in this game in the second period. Gregson's going to have to take control of it right now.
Well, we told you at the outset of the broadcast that this game was going to be a lot more intense than what you normally would see at this point of the regular season in the NHL, because of the importance of the game. It's so significant in the standings, and the players realize that. Hatcher coming in high on Axelson there, getting the arms up in his face, and then Taylor retaliating and knocking his helmet off.
Boston penalty number 26, Tim Taylor. 2 minutes for high sticking. Pittsburgh penalty number 4, Kevin Hatcher. 2 minutes for elbowing.
Covering the defensive ground effectively against the Bruins. Here is Kovalev reaching out. Batman shoots him against the boards. Hits him almost the identical same spot where he got hit on the boards by Rob Demaio in the second period. Centered in front. Shot scored. The Penguins have the lead. 3-2. Kevin Hatcher, that is such a strong game, puts the Penguins in front for the first time. Oh, Michael motorcycle. It'll take the pass from him. On to Chris Taylor. Bates is up into the play by Warenka.
Brad Warenka. Sean Bates had the puck. Warenka just stepped in front of him, and their knees met. And
Raymond Bourque and the Bruins being presented with a great chance here all game long, really. At the back of the first period, they had the first 3 power plays they couldn't score. Here comes Straka down the right side. Going with that puck against Bourque, kind of around and goes to the net. Shoots and scores! Marty Straka with a short-handed goal. When you play out there, not only against him, but other people as well. There's some big collision there.
right, they didn't have anything before.
Another hockey player, and a pretty good one to boot. And here is Robert Lang, risking one last save. Rebound score, it's teamed off. Shoots it down the near boards into Pittsburgh ice. Wave off any icing. Sweeney on the left side. The game will come to a close. Right in front. Shot as the buzzer sounds. And Wright and Demaio have a little battle at the end.